All right, so now you've moved to your guided practice box. And again, if you notice, you have two questions. So make sure you're cutting that box in half so that you have space for both of your questions. The first question says, a digit is underlined in the number shown below, 5,684, 391. Okay. There are four statements about the place value of the underlined digit. Which statement is true? So I know I'm looking for which statement is true dealing with that number. So the first thing I'm going to draw when I deal with numbers and place value chart. Start in the millions, 100,000, 10,000, thousand, hundred, tens, ones. And remember, all of those are capital letters because they are whole numbers. After your decimal, it's your lowercase. Lowercase t for tenth, lowercase h for hundredth, lowercase th for thousand. So this is what your place value looks like. Now we're going to input that number. The number is 5,684,391. There is no decimal, so where could the decimal be placed? At the end of a number. So when I line up my decimals, it puts my decimal in my place value, puts the 1 in the ones place, puts the 9 in the tenths place, the 3 in the hundreds, 4 in the thousandths, 8 in the 10,000ths, 6 in the 100,000ths, 5 in the million. And it's asking you which is true about the underlined digit. The underlined digit is the 8, which is in the 10,000ths place. So now that I know where I'm looking, I'm going to jump through my answer choices and figure out which one would be true. A. It is 10 times more than the place value of the number in the hundreds place. Remember, each jump is times 10. So I'm going to start at the hundreds place. It said it's 10 times. Okay, so is it 10 times bigger than the hundreds place? Hundreds, 10, 10 times 10 is 100 times bigger. So is it just 10 times bigger? No, it's 100 times bigger. So A is not right. B. It is 100 times less than the place value in the millions. Okay, so you should leave that maybe in a different color or in a different area. Move it, but so you're not confused, I erased A and I'm moving to B, but yours should still be on your paper. B says it's 100 times less than the number in the millions. So I'm going to move to the millions and I'm going to see how many jumps smaller it becomes. This would be 10 times smaller or 1/10. This would be 100 times smaller or another tenth. So 1/100th the size. So was that 100 times smaller? Yeah, it was. But let's make sure that there's not a better answer choice. C, it is 100 times more than the place value of the number in the thousandths place. Okay, thousandths place. 100 times more. It's just one jump, and one jump is times 10. So is that 100 times more? No. And D, it is 10 times less than the place value of the number in the thousandths place. Thousandths place, 10 times less means we're getting smaller, would jump me to the hundreds place. Is my underlined digit the hundreds place? No. So my answer for number 1 should be B if you want to check your work. Moving to number 2. Trevor purchased several stuffed animals to give to friends at school. The price of each stuffed animal is listed in the chart below. Which stuffed animal has a price that contains a 5 with a value that is 10 times the value of the 5 of the price of the duck? So the first thing I want you to do is put your question mark so that we can decode this question because it's kind of tough. It says, which one contains a 5 that is 10 times the value of the 5, the price of the duck? So for my question mark, I'm going to write a duck. And in parentheses, I'm going to put 5 because I'm paying attention to the 5 in the duck. And I want to find one that equals 10 times that value of the 5. So this might not make sense to you, and you can write something different. But I'm looking at the 5 in the duck's price. And I want to compare it to all the other prices of the animals and find one where the 5 is 10 times bigger than that. So my next step is there's a table. You need to draw that table in your notebook. So if you need to click pause and copy that down, copy it down. The first animal was a bear. It's $4.95. Next was a horse, which is $5.96. Actually, it's $9.94. I can't read. The duck is $3.56. The dog is $14.67. The cat is $16.25. Now that I have all of these numbers pulled out, if I'm trying to compare numbers and it has the word value for place value in it, I need to draw a place value chart. So off to the side, I'm going to draw a place value chart, put all of these numbers in it so that it's easy to compare them. Okay. Since I'm looking at these numbers and may only go to the tens place to save space, I'm going to start with the tens place. So I'm putting a capital T for tens, an O for ones, my decimal, my tenths, my hundredths, my thousandths. So that way it gives me a little more room so that you can clearly see kind of what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to move these numbers directly over. So the bear, 4 ones, decimal, 9 tenths, 5 hundredths. Horse, 5 ones, decimal, 9 tenths, 4 hundredths. Duck, 3 ones, decimal, 5 tenths, 6 hundredths. The dog, 110, 4 ones, a decimal, 6 tenths, 7 hundredths. The cat, 110, 6 ones, decimal, 2 tenths, 5 hundredths. So now they're all kind of lined up so it's easy to see them. Okay, I'm comparing the duck's 5. So I'm going to go to the duck number, which is $3.56. And I'm going to box in that 5 so I can see it. Okay, I'm wanting a number 10 times bigger. So if I'm moving bigger, I'm moving towards my whole numbers. And it's just 10, so that is 1 jump times 10. So now I'm in the ones place. I'm looking for a 5 in the ones place, and there's a 5 in the second number. That second number is the horse. So the horse has a value of the 5 that is 10 times more than the duck. Ready? Moving to your independent practice box.